How's it going, everybody? Welcome to episode 19 of the ChiTownPod. Today we're going to be talking about the Cubs and other big news around the MLB. How we doing, Tom?
It's been a good day. Long, of course. No nap though.
No nap. I took a nap today. I'm not going to lie.
So on Fridays I have like a long day. I have to wake up at 8:15, which is pretty brutal because I have recitations from like 9 to 1, which are all in a row. So yeah, I'm just kind of hauling ass all day. And then
I feel
after that, got home, played dabbled into some Pal World,
it. Dabble in some Pal World, baby.
and then I went to the gym with my roommate. Now we're here. It was a good day though.
There you go.
Yeah, what'd you do today?
I did the same thing. I wake up at 8:15 every day.
Ugh.
Went to class this morning, got some lunch, then went to my second class. Did a little bit of homework in between there, and then I lifted.
Yeah,
Hit arms today.
electric.
Electric, baby.
Fun day, of course. I had two math quizzes. Oh, yeah, two math quizzes today because like I was out, so I had every quiz Friday. I'm like taking two just to catch up. Absolute breeze.
Love to hear that, baby.
Yeah, the math is so easy.
What is it? One plus. Well, hold on, time out. It's definitely easy when you got cats as one of your answer for a math question.
Yeah, yeah. No, okay, but like over the mic, like I wasn't even like putting thought into it, and like when you sit down and like actually look at it, it's really easy. Which
makes sense.
I finished two quizzes in about 10 minutes, so
cannot relate at all with easy math, dude.
Yeah, I mean it's my first math I'm taking in college though, so it only gets worse from here.
That is true.
That
is very true.
Yeah, but
well, let's start it off with the big news of the day yesterday. Is the Baltimore Orioles just completely solidified themselves as the favorite in the AL East with acquiring Corbin Burnes from the Milwaukee Brewers for Joey Ortiz, DL Hall, and the 34th pick in the MLB draft.
I think they were already favorites before this.
I would agree with you, but I think this really set them apart from everyone else.
They're like in a different tier.
Yeah.
Like I just talked about this in the TikTok, but I this is my like standing prediction is Orioles, Yankees, Mariners, Blue Jays, Red Sox.
Mariners?
Yeah, number 3.
Mariners?
Oh my god, I am tweaking. I am so sorry. Rays. I just
don't worry. I get them confused all the time too.
I don't. They're like two. Like I mean, they're literally in the most opposite direction you can be.
Yeah, I know.
Sorry, I tweaked. I wonder if I said that in the TikTok. I don't know.
I don't think you did. I
don't know why I just thought of the Mariners, but
it's so funny.
It still stands. Rays are.
Dude, I don't know about the Rays.
They always find a way.
I mean, they're obviously no Wander Franco. They got rid of Glass now. I mean, who's there?
Who they even like sign this off? I don't even I don't know. I just trust them so much.
They have Lowe and Lau. I know that for sure. McClanahan. Oh, is he had Tommy John though, right?
I think so.
I don't know if he'll be there. I don't know. The Rays pull 5 guys out of their ass and say, "Here's 95-win baseball team."
Yeah, they all
every year.
That's why I just you just learn to. It's like betting against like Tom Brady. You just don't do it.
Exactly.
You just gotta respect the hustle at a certain point.
I mean, we'll talk about it now, like the impact on the AL East. I still think if there's going to be a down year for the Rays, it's this year because I agree with your standings prediction. Just flip the Blue Jays and the Rays.
Fair enough.
But I think the only 2 playoff teams are going to be Baltimore, and they're going to get a bye for sure.
And the Yankees. Let's look at the AL in general, and I can kind of look at it. It's a lot easier to just kind of envision it.
Yeah.
All right, bro, just make this easy on me. Come on. All right.
I'm just looking at the standings from last year.
Whoever wins the division in the Central, I don't think any of the other ones will win wild card or make the wild card. Houston and Texas.
Yeah, we'll jump right into the division predictions right now then.
Okay.
I will do this for the American League then when we talk about the Cubs a little bit. We'll do it for the National League.
But so Houston and Texas will make the playoffs. So that's one wild card. You get the Yankees as the second wild card, and then like you're battling between Seattle and the Rays and Toronto for the third spot.
Yeah, if I honestly, I'm going
Or well,
Seattle.
no, wait, am I tweaking? There's 4 spots.
There'd be 4.
Yeah,
No. There's only 3 because
I'm thinking of football
the
because like
worst division winner has to play in the wild card round.
you're right, it is 6 because in football it's 7. But
Yeah,
you're right. Okay, but yeah, so it would be between Tampa, Toronto, and Seattle, and I think yeah, I think you're right. I think Seattle edges them, or you didn't say that, but I believe that. I guess it kind of works into me bringing up Seattle when I was messing up,
yeah.
but
I
I
mean,
do. That's probably
Baltimore
what I
had
was thinking of.
101 wins last year. I think they're like a 103 win team
I think
because you replace Kyle Gibson with Corbin Burns.
that's a crazy upgrade, and I guess like all their young guys just kind of get another year under their belts. Gunnar Henderson
Exactly.
had a slow start last year, and now he's like kind of. And then he got acclimated, and
And
now
then you're
he's.
probably going to get an infusion of talent with. It would not surprise me if Jackson Holiday's opening day shortstop.
I would be a little bit. I think they're gonna wait until like I don't know, like June. Getting him.
Obviously, you don't want to rush him. They don't need him to be the opening day, but with the incentive to call your guys up,
He
I
might
could
be one of
totally
those
see it.
guys that like you bring up at is August 1st the deadline?
For what?
Oh no, you get an extra. I think you get an extra spot because we added Canario last year around. Or no, maybe it was September 1st.
I think it's September, but it wouldn't surprise me if he came up in August because he could then still qualify for Rookie of the Year the following year. Because
Mhm.
I think as long as you're not in the MLB for more than, I want to say it's 60 days, you qualify for, you still are considered a rookie the next year.
60 days, or is it? It's got to be games played.
I want to say it's days.
That'd be kind of goofy if that's how it works.
Oh, okay, so the current standard is you have to have less
100,
than 130 at
yeah,
bats,
or 50 innings
50 innings
pitched.
pitched, or 45 days on the active roster. So it's a little far off. 15 off.
Okay, so it's even less.
Yeah.
That's kind of crazy.
But like Corbin Carroll, I think Corbin Carroll 2 years ago was he like barely got it, which is why he was a rookie. Like he had 115 plate appearances
Okay,
2 years
so
ago.
that's probably they'll probably end up calling him up in September then.
Yeah. For
That would,
for I mean, unless he's like absolutely destroying the
and
ball.
like you just like need him up.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's a win-win. They're lucky to have him.
I think Baltimore runs away with that division. 103 wins. Then I got the Yankees probably around 95.
Yeah, I was gonna say like not like I'm having him at 92 because I don't know.
Yeah,
They
I
they
could see that.
they always just kind
92.
of, at least lately, have been underperforming. But
And then I
that's
got
I'm
the
not 92 underperforming. It's not even that bad.
yeah. Then Tampa and the Blue Jays hover around
I don't.
500,
Yeah,
and
Toronto just does.
Boston's the
Toronto
bottom of
just
100.
doesn't move me.
I mean,
They've
they
done.
lost one. They're most likely going to lose Matt Chapman.
They lost them. There's no way.
They lost Brandon. They lost Brandon Belt, who had an
Yeah, great. Yeah,
extremely underrated year last year. And then they didn't. What
add
they add? They
that
brought back Kiermaier.
the guy from, was it Cuba?
Oh yeah. I
But
forgot
like
his name. He is from Cuba.
that doesn't move me.
No, not at all.
Like
I
I
mean, maybe I could see them sneaking in because I guess the Mariners did trade Robbie Ray.
that is true, but he's a giant, right?
Yeah,
I completely forgot that happened.
I mean the AL Central is just such a dumpster fire.
AL
Like
Central.
Minnesota's gonna run away with the division again.
I wouldn't say run away.
I
I
mean
think
Detroit and Cleveland.
Detroit could totally make a jump this year.
I mean they need like Casey Mize and Jackson Jobe and their pitchers to make a jump, and then they
Another
need
another year of Riley
Oracle's team.
Green. They have another
Yeah,
year of Riley Green. I mean they have School. He's been really good.
Like
I
Torkelson was good last year, but
what?
he needs to be
Yeah, no,
like
he
a
needs to be a lot better.
280, 35 homer guy, not a 230 homer guy.
Wait, why am I looking up school? I'm looking at their Detroit's odds win the division because that might be a good bet to win.
The only thing that scares me about the Twins is like they didn't do anything.
Plus 375. I kind of like.
I don't know if that's enough
Nah,
value for me.
dude, they're good.
I know they're good, but mm,
I kind of like it. I'm
I
not-
don't hate it. I'm not gonna lie. I don't hate it at all.
oh man.
I don't hate it.
So what was their first half and second half record? Because if I'm not mistaken, their second half was a lot better.
You are correct. They made a little push because they finished 78 and 84.
I know.
They
I'm-
played better than expected, though. Their expected win-loss was 73 and 89.
So second
which
half,
Cubs expected.
they were
The
31.
Cubs were expected to win 90 games last year.
I know.
That's crazy. We'll get to them in a minute. But
Yeah, every time you like looked at like on the MLB app, it's like they had their expected win total.
bro, the Cubs are like expected
Okay.
to win World Series champions
Here you go.
every year.
The overall, so they were 35 and 46 at the end of the first half. So
35 and 46, and they had 78 wins. So they won 43 games.
so that 40
That's not
wait.
35?
Oh yeah, wait. 35 and 46.
Yeah,
it's
so they won
80
43 games the second half.
This is true. So that's an 8-win difference.
Above 500 the second half by 2 games.
So they won 43?
43 and 41 the second half.
I don't think that's right. I think it's 43 and 38.
Yeah. No, 39.
No. We suck.
It's been a long week, man.
But drastic improvement is
100%.
our math is not what depicts if they improved or
Yeah.
not. It's obvious if you look at it. That's what I'm saying. Like that's kind of like almost like
It's not a
last.
bad bet. And they've also like added a good chunk of dudes, but they also lost Eduardo Rodriguez.
That is true, but I mean it's kind of easy to plug and play pitchers there because their park is so pitcher
Their
friendly.
park is huge.
Yeah.
But back to this trade, we kind of got off on a little not a side tangent because we had it set up, but I mean I know he only had 1 year left, but I feel like
Small
this is really
package.
light for a perennial Cy Young candidate.
I mean DL Hall will be good for them.
DL Hall's good, but
I don't know.
I mean Joey Ortiz is okay, but that's a defense for
I think they're gonna move Adames.
I don't know. I don't know how true it is, but there's a rumor that the Dodgers are trying to get Adames and Williams.
Hopefully.
I mean, that'd be nice. I
like-
would like for them to go to the AL though.
I feel like Adames always kills us.
Adames does always kill.
Always
us.
hits a home run.
Yeah, it's always a 3-run homer too. It's never a solo shot.
Left center.
For everyone who's confused, you can trade comp picks in the MLB.
Yeah, it's kind of a weird rule. Which
It,
I don't.
it actually sucks for the Cubs because they will never ever even sniff a comp pick like that
Why?
because they're a big market. You get those picks for being a small market.
Okay.
It's supposed to. I mean, it's a competitive balance.
Well, okay,
pick.
but if we have one of our first round, I'm pretty sure if we have one of our first round picks and they just don't sign, we get one. But I don't know.
Yeah,
Why,
but
I don't know
you
why
get to
they
trade that pick. Like the only picks you can trade are the picks you get for being a tiny market.
Interesting. Did not know that. It's kind of weird. I don't know. This is the first time I've ever seen a draft pick in a trade that I can remember.
I want to say there was one last year. I think the Braves traded for one.
But no, I think they'll move Adames just because like okay, why are you gonna? They're obviously trying
why
to
are
make
you going for Joey Ortiz?
obviously they're making a younger movement and like it's gonna be like a soft rebuild because they already got some guys.
I mean, Joey Ortiz is already 25.
5. That's why I don't like. It doesn't really move me.
I mean, he'll be 26 in July, so it's not a crazy trade.
34th pick is pretty valuable though.
That's true. We'll see who. I mean, that
Um, um,
honestly could be the biggest piece,
obviously, it's a crapshoot, but I mean,
especially with baseball. You never know.
yeah, I mean, you could have the number one overall pick doesn't pan out. Like, probably pans out maybe like 60% of the time, 70% of the time. Like
Exactly.
every other sport's probably like 95, 90. Probably
Nah,
90.
hockey not so much.
I'm think
Basketball,
I'm
yeah.
thinking just like basketball and football.
Football for sure.
But yeah, I mean, it is what he only had 1 year of control left, which is the problem.
Exactly. I hope the Orioles don't re-sign him because I really want the Cubs to sign him.
Yeah, it just like makes sense too. I think Woodruff will just end up being a Cub. I don't
He
like
has he. I don't think he signed
no,
yet.
he hasn't. I don't know like what he's gonna do.
I mean, there was a report that he was going to sign like a 2-year deal, so he rehabs this year and then pitches next year.
It should be like a 2 year with like an option, like a team option for the third.
I that would that's probably the best deal
It would make sense.
for the Cubs if they were to go after him.
Yeah,
But like you said, this trade totally signifies that the
it's like
Brewers are entering a soft rebuild.
okay. They already have like okay. They already have Jackson Cheerio. They have Weimer. They have Turang,
South
Monasterio is pretty
Frelick.
young. Yeah, Sal Frelick. I mean, they have some younger guys. Their pitching needs to kind of hit the fountain of youth, but
Really, it's Freddie Peralta.
how he's not even that young. I mean, he had like some crazy like I think he got extended actually.
I don't know. He always owns the Cubs too. But I mean, Aaron Ashby's kind of young. They just got DL Hall.
Freddie Peralta's 27. I mean, I know it's not
Yeah,
old, but
old.
by the time they're
Oh,
ready,
Aaron Ashby's 26.
part of me feels like he got extended. I don't know why. I feel like I saw that. Second.
I think like everyone's freaking out on Twitter. They're like the Brewers are going to call some pitcher up, and he's going
Okay.
to be some random guy, and he's going to be a Cy Young candidate. A lot of people forget the mastermind behind all of that was Craig Counsell, who's now the manager of the Cubs.
Yeah. He had like a really like team friendly extension back a while ago.
Alpha.
That's why. Yeah, it was 5 years, 15,
Oh wow, that's really team friendly
and then he has club options in 25 and 26. So obviously they'll pick that up for 8 mil.
for sure.
But yeah, I mean, like it's a great deal. But by the time they're like ready to compete again, because they'll probably be like not this year, obviously, but like maybe like next year
Maybe next year.
they could win like 80 games, and then the year after that is 26. I guess yeah, he could help, but you know, I don't know.
It's a 3-team race in the Central this year.
They're in a weird spot. I don't. The Reds just don't never move me. Like
I'm telling you, Tom. If well, I mean, 3-team race. We'll do the NL division predictions right now. If I had to pick a division winner right now, not based on any rumors or free
I'd
agents,
take the
I'm probably
Cardinals.
going to pick the Reds.
I'd take the Cardinals.
The
They're
Cardinals
just
pitching staff is so bad.
yeah,
Everyone's
but
like, they signed Sonny Gray. The average age of their pitchers is like 36.
their offense is just this is very good. And I really last year they needed guys to eat innings and they just didn't have them. And
I mean, they're going to have to win games like 9-8 consistently.
I like yes, but I do like I hate to say it, but I think like obviously I want the Cubs to win the division. I mean, it really just depends. If Cubs sign Belly and Chapman, like I would take the Cubs to win the division.
I think even one of those, the Cubs are probably the division favorite.
I think they'll land. I think it's like very good chance they land one. I think Belly inevitably will be a Cub, but I think Chapman's going to go to the Giants. It's just like
I agree with you.
it's just like sometimes you see like a player and you're like he's like a giant.
He's a giant.
Like
He's also
just,
played in the Bay before with Oakland.
yeah. I don't know. He's just like it just seems right. I'd rather him be a. I mean, you could totally see him as a Cub though, but
I could. We'll talk about him in a second too.
yeah. But that's kind of what it is with us. I mean, we kind of our rotation's pretty similar. Just you replace Stroman with Imanaga,
Yeah,
and then you have the same guys. I guess Wicks probably be well. He'll probably be our 5, right?
most likely.
And
Or
then you have,
he might. Honestly, Wicks could start the year in AAA.
I don't know. I think he's ready to. He pitched well last year.
He did for sure.
Changeup's gross.
His changeup's disgusting.
I'm trying to think. We have Steele, Imanaga, Hendo, Wicks.
Tyone.
Oh yeah, that's who I was forgetting. And then who would start over Wicks in the fifth spot?
They might want to put Assad back in there. Give Wisniewski another chance.
I feel like Wisniewski's a pen guy at this point, but I feel like you could argue Assad.
Problem is Wisniewski can't get lefties out.
I agree. His like, I don't even like. He has the stuff.
Yeah.
His fastball must be like flat. That has to be the problem.
Well, I think one of the problems it was the opposite actually. It started to run a little more last year, so it's running right into the barrel of left-handed batters.
I was like, that's like weird. I always find it funny how like Mark Leiter like is better against lefties.
It's because of his
No, I know, but it's just weird how that works.
reverse guy.
Yeah. I don't like. It's funny. Ross didn't even like realize that either.
Nah. Leiter was a lefty specialist for sure.
No, it's not at the start of the year. 100%.
No. I mean, the front office didn't. They non-tendered him, and then he signed a minor league deal.
I know it took Ross forever to figure that out.
Apologize for the beeping if anyone can hear that.
Because it's like very like.
I don't know what's going on outside my apartment. The problem last year was Ross used the same 3 guys out of the bullpen.
They were cooked.
Like it was Leiter, 4 guys: Leiter, Alzolay, Merriweather, and then if they were winning by a lot or losing by a lot, it was Jose Cuas.
Yeah.
I mean, it felt like Jose Cuas.
I felt so bad for that guy. He's like, I really like him.
I think he's gonna be the 7th inning guy as long as he can control the walks.
I could agree. Yeah, no, that's literally that's what's holding him back.
Because his stuff
is there. He has a really nice like delivery. I mean,
it's funky.
Yeah, that's what you need. Like I was watching a pod today, and they were talking about like how Hader he's so good because he like looks like he's gonna come in like Chris Sale, then he comes over top.
Yeah,
and it's like he doesn't pitch like that, but I'm just saying like that's the biggest thing is like hiding the ball and like and they were saying like as long like when these guys like train to face you. Like they're not training to face a guy that starts here and then ends here.
I mean, even with all the technology, it's impossible when you have that weird delivery.
Yeah,
to get that on a pitching machine. Like they'll be able to recreate your pitches or whatever.
The only way you get that is if you have a guy like that on your team.
Yeah, exactly.
But I don't know. If we want to talk about the pen, we can. Like,
I think I put it in here. Yeah.
I like now, like this year we have some guys, and I think it could definitely be a strength, especially with Council. Like,
I think we need one more arm,
like
preferably a left-hander,
like to be elite. Is what
you're
saying?
To be elite. Like the pen is good. If we rolled into the season right now with the current pen, I wouldn't be mad.
Strength.
I'd say I'd say it's probably on the pushing up against the strength. But also at the same time, if it's let's say the starter's out in the 5th inning and you're up by 1, I'm not feeling like all right, the game's over.
Well, I mean, I feel like no team is in that spot.
I feel like the Brewers last year, if you were down going into the 5th and 6th inning,
I feel like I'd agree with the 6th, but the 5th is because like
I'm saying you're starting the 6th inning.
Oh, okay.
Like the pitcher went 5 innings and he got pulled.
All right, fair enough.
Because that the 6th inning, the 6th and the 7th is where I'm like, I don't know who you're gonna throw there.
Probably like Merriweather, probably.
It probably at Neris or Hector Neris. I don't know.
I think he'll be the setup guy, and then
I think he's the 8th, but it bumps everyone down. It's like adding Jamer Candelario to the lineup last year. Everybody moved down a slot.
Yeah, it'd probably go like closer Alzolay, setup man Neris or Neris. I'm starting to like catch on.
Thomas and I we have no clue.
I think it's Neris. I think it's Neris, but.
I want to say it's Neris, but I could also see it being Neris. Who knows? We'll see. We'll roll with Neris for now.
Yeah.
If you're listening, which we know you're not, apologies.
What? Oh. I was like, who is he talking to? Yes. because Hector Neris is watching the ChiTownPod.
Hey man, he signed and he immediately switched his profile to Cubs stuff.
Bro was like, "Oh, dude, oh my Cub, bro, I gotta watch that
Watch the
ChiTownPod on
Chi-Town
Friday,
pod, baby.
dude. Let's see what they say about me. Oh my goodness." Yeah, okay. Seven, like, I mean, the seventh you have Lighter, you have like it's like a mix of like Lighter, Merriweather, Quas, really whatever. That those are the guys you kind of put like that. I mean, Quas is better than them, but he's not like miles ahead better than them.
I think the biggest thing is Quas is probably more talented, but he's not
Consistent,
trusted yet, if that
not
makes sense.
consistent. I mean, walks
Like
will kill
when
you.
Merriweather came in, you felt pretty good that you were going to get out of that inning clean.
Remember how bad he was at the start of the year?
That was also partly on Ross. I think Ross actually obliterated his confidence when he just let Merriweather. It was the first
He's let him
series
finish.
against
Yeah, he's let
Milwaukee.
him finish the inning.
They probably went around the order 1.5 times.
I was thinking it
I
was
think they
epic.
scored
Yeah.
like 7 runs.
There was a
And
third game in series.
yeah, it was bad. I was like, "What are you doing, Ross? The game is not over." I'm
Yeah,
so happy he's gone. Like Ross is a great person, but what a terrible manager.
I wouldn't say terrible. But he was not good. There's
His
worse.
lineup construction, terrible.
I would
Bullpen
agree.
management, terrible.
I don't know.
That's all you really. I mean, he was a good
No,
morale
but the
guy.
morale was so high.
It was. Can't argue with that.
Yeah, when was there ever a problem? They were always just like loving it,
That is true.
which is that's really important, especially with baseball. Good vibes, it's kind of like a mental game. So
Yeah,
yeah, that's why I wish he could say as a bench coach, but
he would
he
never
didn't.
do it. But the thing is, like,
It's,
Council's not going to be as like I want to be your best friend
I don't
type
even
of
like
guy
know like
that
what his
As
vibe
Ross is.
is.
His vibe is he wants to win the damn game, and I think that's going to rub off.
Just like more serious.
Serious, like Council's from what I've
Okay,
heard
okay.
and read.
I'm your player. You're putting me in. Eighth inning, man on second, 1 out. We're down by 1. What are you saying to me?
What am I saying to you? Like,
Oh,
am
what
I
is
playing Craig Council
you
or
are
is it
correct,
me?
counsel.
Oh, I don't know. I've never been in this situation. I'd probably be like, or Craig's probably like, let's get it, and then just hands you the ball.
No. I'm hitting.
Oh, you're hitting?
Yeah.
Be like, put the ball in play, and then leaves. Like, I don't think he's the guy that's gonna sit there and give you like a speech. It's like I feel like Rossi would be like, "You got this, champ. Go get him, buddy." I don't think Council's that kind of guy.
I feel like he'd kind of like. I don't think he'd be like just like so dull like that, but I feel like he'd be like more like, all right, in the situation, like, all right, man, you're up. Like, let's get a good at bat here. Like,
Yeah,
like
I agree.
not just like all right, buddy, go hit.
Go ahead. Yep. See you.
But
Like Council's had
he,
good
he
clubhouses. He
he's a
hasn't had that
tweet.
many issues.
He's a tweener. Like he's not like some like
He's not going to be. I'm trying like a Bruce Bochy.
bro is not like Kawhi Leonard.
Like hit the ball.
Yeah, but he's not like a Ross and just be like, I'm your friend.
I think that was also the biggest problem with Ross is he
I
wanted
agree.
to be everybody's friend.
I feel like being in the middle is the perfect mix because like having a coach that's an absolute just rock sucks.
Yeah. Like you want to be personable with your coach, but there's like a line where it's almost weird.
Yeah,
Like
no,
you're
exactly.
supposed to be leading the team.
It's like, bro, like at the end of the day, like you're the coach, dude. Like, come on.
Like Ross 100% had favorites.
Oh, easily.
Like Ian Happ
I was just gonna
100%.
say that. I was gonna say
I
Ian
mean,
Happ.
there's no way a guy could hit that poorly for such a long stretch. It consistently hit third.
I know. We've been preaching. He should have hit. He should have let off.
I
Because at
mean,
least
lead off or like hit sixth,
I
not
like leading.
third.
I like him leading off just because he drew so many walks.
I mean, yeah, that's
And then
true.
and like have it like corner second, because then boom, like that's like such a good 1-2
It's
punch.
runners on first and third a good chunk of the time.
Yeah, and then you got your guys coming up. You put like a little sprinkle a little belly in there,
Well, I see. This is like we'll talk about Bellinger now, but the Cubs, from what we've heard from literally every source the last 4 months, The Cubs are still the favorite for Cody Bellinger. Expect Cody Bellinger to be on. This is going to be. I swear to God, if this turns into a Chris Archer, uh, freaking
I
Brian
don't. I,
Roberts,
I I don't think it will, but
even Tyler Glass now was added to that. Same with Reese Hoskins.
yeah. Like Reese Hoskins one was worse because I was like Glasnow, like you knew there was
Yeah, yeah.
other
The
like guys.
Hoskins one, the fit was so. If Hoskins was left-handed, I guarantee you he would be a Cub right now.
Yeah, or if Boris wasn't his agent.
Also, dude, I'm starting to think owners and managers are starting to like phase Boris out.
I'm happy. I've been saying him, bro. Launch him. He's gonna be the first man on Mars.
Yeah, send him to the sun.
I'll be right back really quick. But talk. Yeah, I want to talk about the lineup that I want to construct.
All right, well, I'm going to talk about Cody Bellinger right now, and just like his biggest impact on not only the lineup but the whole team is you need to have a guy in your lineup that people are scared to pitch to in the 8th inning in a one-run game and the 9th inning in a one-run game. Right now, the way the Cubs are constructed, you're going to be lining up Happ, Swanson, and Suzuki. I'm sorry, like pitchers aren't going to be like there's not one of those three guys unless Suzuki absolutely just goes bananas this year, where pitchers are scared to throw to. Like you need that menacing at bat where teams are afraid to. You look at the lineup the next inning and you're like, oh shit, Cody Bellinger's coming up. That kind of sucks. They don't
Yeah,
have that kind of guy.
I feel like Belly isn't even like that. Like he's really good. Don't get me wrong, but I would never be like the opposing like prime Belly, obviously. But like last year, I would never be like, oh my god, Belly's coming up. Like, dude, we're screwed. Like, obviously he's really good, but he's not like
But
that.
on the flip side, like you look at the next inning, and if it was Ian Happ, Dansby Swanson, and Seiya Suzuki, you're like, that's probably in the. Let's say we're down one in the bottom of the ninth, and those are the three guys
You're
coming up.
feeling
You're
pretty
like,
good.
that's a 1, 2, 3 inning.
You think of 1, 2, 3 with that
Yeah, I
after
mean,
how Seiya played in the second stretch? Like, I'm
I'm
expecting a
saying,
big year
yeah,
from him.
just me too. But those guys aren't clutch. Like Bellinger always the like 2 outs, runner on third. The guy in front of him just
As
struck out.
I'd agree. I could agree. They're not that clutch. I'm gonna say Dansby. Like, I literally called this season. I was like he's gonna hit like 240 and like 20 bombs. And the whole reason this happens every time, getting acclimated to a new place.
Yeah,
Like the first year is always kind of like. I mean, he don't get me wrong, he played really good, but just
he
because
was
like the
really like he was borderline elite offensively the first half of the year,
and then
and then
he
I think he
hit
got
a slump.
tired. To be
But
honest,
defensively he was elite, like elite.
yeah, the
Best
defense
defensive
never takes a day
best
off.
defensive shortstop. But
The problem is this goes into Ross wanting to be everyone's best friend, and I don't think this will happen with Council. Dansby's a guy that wants to play every day, and I'm sure, especially in like September when he was hitting like 100 and just a negative offensively, and even that kind of bled into defense just a little. Um, like the guy, people need a day off. It's
yeah,
very rare for someone to play a full
your body
162
needs
games.
it. Like
Exactly.
your mind needs it. Your body need like just in general. Like
Like the mentality of I want to play every day is great, but I feel like Council's going to be that presence where he'll be able to say no.
it's almost like when you're like doing so much homework every day, and then you're just like, dude, like I just need a
I
break to
just need a
clear my
break.
mind.
Yeah,
And that it's literally that's what it is. It's like I mean, your mind just needs it. Which I know he loves the game, but it's okay. Like he's like a. I mean, this was. I think he got hurt at one point this year.
yeah. This is his first year, and I think 3 years he
It
didn't
was
play
not playing
more than
160.
160 games.
Yeah, which I mean, he could play him like 100, like 45. I mean, he just needs like
You don't need to play every day.
you can even like 150. You can give him. You can sprinkle in like I don't know, like 2 to 3 off days a month.
Yeah. The problem is like guys like with a Morel, he'll like you can DH him. If Swanson's playing, his value is going to be provided defensively.
Defensively, I would
Like
never.
he's one of those guys where he will never DH unless he's injured and you want the bat in the lineup.
I don't. Yeah, I agree. Like I don't know. Like I'm trying to think of a world. Like I guess you could plug Morel at like second if like he needed a day off, and then just have
Put
Nico
Nico at short.
short, and then you can kind of sprinkle. I feel like that could work because our lineup isn't good enough where it's like okay, like because Dancer's bat is obviously good enough to be a top 9 hitter.
Oh, easily.
That's what I'm just saying. I feel like you could sprinkle that if you needed to.
I still think they need 2 bats.
Oh, I trust me, I agree.
Like one of Bellinger or Chapman, preferably both. If you're gonna get one, preferably Bellinger. Because I mean,
I mean, with Chapman, I guess both positions
they have the
successors.
need.
Well, they have successors like
Shaw's
underneath,
at third,
and
and
then you
then
have
PCA in
PCA in
center.
center. That's so it's not the end of the world. I don't want to rush Shaw though.
I agree. I don't want to rush either of them.
Yeah, I feel like PCA is like
PCA will probably be up by June.
he's ready, like damn near, like having a full like just another off season, and then I mean the whole thing is like every like level he's been in, he's always like started off slow and then he turns up.
Yeah,
It's an adjustment period.
Cubs fans freaking out over whatever it was, 15 at bats
You're stupid.
in the middle of a playoff race with higher expectations. I'm sorry, you just don't know ball. He's gonna get a hit. He's gonna hit a home run. He's gonna be fine. Is he gonna be a 330 hitter with 25
No,
home runs? Most likely, no. Is he
but
gonna go 0 for infinity? No.
I feel like in a real world he could be hitting like around like 260, 270, give you like 20, 25 bombs and play some great defense.
I think 25 is a little high.
No, dude, he has power.
I know he has the pop.
I think he totally can. I think you're underrating that aspect of his game, and that is one thing that over this past year he's developed so much more. He has so much more pop.
I want that to be true. I just want to set a realistic expectation.
I don't like. I'm just saying, like, there's a world. I mean, there's a world for everything.
I
Like,
mean, people want him to come in and be Corbin Carroll.
that's not happening.
That's not happening. But if I had to realistically set it, I'd say he hits 270 as an OPS. Like this is his like a premier best year. OPS around 800, 15 to 20 homers.
Like, you're saying there's no way, and you just like subtracted 5 homers. So I just don't know what you're talking about.
Well, I'm saying like 25's pushing it.
I just and you said his best year. I think he could totally get 25.
If what I'm expecting for him this year, 250, 725 OPS, 10 home runs. I think that's
Well,
fair.
how many ABs?
Probably like 300.
And I mean, yeah, but that's where I'm saying like you're saying this year, his rookie year, he plays about. I mean, about a full season, you get around like 600 ABs, 700 ABs. You're saying he gets 10, 20, and that's his
I
rookie.
guess
That's what.
fair.
That's where I'm saying like I think you're kind of not appreciating his power.
There's also a scenario where he hits 285 and has 3 home runs.
Even so, in the minors last year, he had 20 bombs on 438 at bats, and you got to plug in. He's well,
I mean,
like,
I want PCA to
no
hit
shit.
25 home runs.
Like no shit, but like also like he's still 21. He has grown man strengths coming. That's just like how it is.
I'm not gonna lie, I did forget about that just because he's like ahead of schedule by 2 years. Like you don't expect someone in AAA to be 21. I mean, even 21 is kind of like borderline high A, kind of a double A player.
Yeah, he turns 22 in March. I feel like nobody expected him to be this good.
I mean, like on Baseball Reference in Iowa last year, the average age difference, he's minus 5.3 years.
Yeah, well, I was weird, or like AAA. Sorry, just because obviously it's all like the fringe guys. But he had 140 ABs in AAA, slash 270 with a 350 OBP and an 829 OPS, and like he had an abysmal start.
Yeah, he did.
Like his first like 30 at bats, like bro was in like 100, and this is
crude math off the top of my head, but his home home run at bats for every one home run is about the same.
What are you
A
saying? Through
little
all
less.
the leagues?
Through I'm just talking about from Double A to Triple A because he had
It's like literally like it's like maybe less by like one, but like that's unfair. Like it's the same damn near. Like you can't be like why would it being exact is just not realistic.
yeah, I mean exactly.
I mean, he really didn't drop off much. I mean, a little bit, but also
Yeah, I mean the
he
difference is
also had
two,
like
not even.
150 more, like 160 more at bats in Double A, and as we said, he got acclimated, and then obviously, if he's playing better, his stats will be better.
Every 21 at bats in Double A, he hit a home run. Every
It
23
was
at
like
bats in Triple
22.
A, he
Oh
yeah,
yeah, yeah, like
nothing crazy.
no, that's the same. But that's why, like, I think you're kind of you gotta open your eyes a little bit here. I mean,
The
yeah, you say
power, I know the power's there. I just the thing is, I don't know if it will translate because big league pitchers, I've yet to see him consistently hit the ball out of the ballpark to the opposite field. Like I know he can pull the ball 450 feet,
mhm.
but teams are going to pitch him away. That's why I think he's going to lose a little bit of that power in the bigs.
I mean, like, yeah, but I don't, I see no reason. He's such a, like, he's pretty polished where you can't just fix that up. I mean, just hit the ball down the line then. I don't give a fuck.
I mean,
Like,
exactly. I
yeah,
don't need 35 bombs. I
like,
mean, if
like you're
if he wants to
saying,
hit a double every time, it's
it's
off the wall. It'd be annoying, but I'm taking it.
annoying. What?
I'd be annoying where every time he hits the ball in the air, it hits off the top of the wall and he just can't get it over.
Oh, well, like, yeah, I feel like, I don't know if that's the right word, but
Annoying isn't the right word.
I know what you're trying to say. But I just feel like you're thinking of like 2022 PCA of like where you're like,
2022. Yeah, I mean, he had
let's look.
16 home runs in 2022.
And yeah, I literally the damn near exact same at bats. And also, this is in what league? Single A and
High
or,
A and low A.
or yeah, I keep I always have that habit of calling it single A, but it's low A and high A. So I mean, and like the jump from high A to double A is so huge.
Yeah, it is. We saw it with Kevin Alcantara last year where he struggled a lot in
Yeah,
double A. And then he started turning on.
yeah, but that's like I don't know, and that's just like with growing up, like
Yeah.
just kind of how it works. I mean, I feel like your body's kind of like fully like peaked in power when you're probably like 24, 25. Or like where it's kind of like you're no longer just like getting that natural unless you like actually put in the work.
Yeah. I mean, I'm
That's
not
where
gonna
like
lie though. PCA is not one of my untouchables.
oh no, I feel like Cade's really the only
Cade, I think Matt Shaw is probably in that untouchable tier for me. And then this is going to be a random one. This is an
I
extremely
know
controversial take.
I think I know what you're saying.
Moises
I knew
Ballesteros
yep, yep, yep.
is in my untouchable tier. No, you just don't see a catcher that young hit that well and be able to play defense that
I
well.
almost like I don't know. He just screams DH to me.
He needs to lose about 45 pounds.
Yeah, but he's gonna lose. What Tyler? He doesn't realize I'm.
Good old Tyler.
Yeah, but no, like I mean, our farmers.
I, there's I don't know. You probably saw this on Twitter. There's the stupid report from some random Cardinals page that says, "Oh, the Cubs and Marlins are talking." Did you see that at all today?
No,
Around, I don't believe it to be honest, but
what are they talking about?
there's just there no one knows if the source is real or not, but the tweet was the Cubs and Marlins are exclusively talking on a trade. No one knows who's involved. If there was to be a trade
What type of
between
report is that?
dude, it's so stupid. It's let me pull it up.
I talked to Tristan at 8:36. Nobody knows what they were talking about, but he talked to him.
It's so dumb. I'm gonna find it.
Yeah, if you can screen share it because I want to see it.
Um. Okay, so let's think here. Quit being a ding dong. Oh, that's too far. Okay, so this was the first one.
Let me see.
This was the first one.
Oh boy.
And then that was followed up by this.
They're talking like they're dating.
I know. It probably makes no sense. The only
Wait, no,
reason
I wasn't done reading.
Oh,
it.
you weren't done?
No.
My bad. The only
Okay.
reason that anyone's like actually talking about this is because this account got the Keenan Middleton signing like 4 hours before it happened.
Okay, this is some of the goofiest shit I've ever seen.
I'm
Cardinals
under the
lie.
impression that Miami and Chicago are talking exclusively for what and who, I don't know.
Yeah, that's just it's gotta be like a troll.
I'm thinking it's a troll, but if you go back on this guy's account, like I said, he got the Middleton signing before anyone else.
Hey, maybe he's talking about the White Sox. Did he clarify?
Well, and his initial post was, "Ooh, Cubs."
Oh yeah, no, you're right. Who would we even like grab?
So it
I'm
would
gonna look at
probably
their
be
roster.
one of
Where
their pitchers. So it'd be Luzardo or
Edward?
Edward Cabrera or reliever Tanner Scott. He's
Give
left-handed.
me Lazard. The problem with getting Lazardo is our entire
He had
like.
the whole rotation be left-handed. No, I wouldn't. Tanner Scott would be nice. The
I
hypothetical trade would be Canario plus somebody else for Tanner Scott.
I'm cool with that. I'm not as high in Canario as everybody else.
I'm high on Canario.
Man, I hope he is.
Like I think he can be a Jorge Soler type player.
Yeah, he has a better like bat to ball than him though.
Yeah, yeah.
But I don't think he doesn't have Soler power. Soler
No.
Soler's different.
Soler, he hits the ball like 1 out of every 10 swings, but when he hits the ball, it goes about 500 feet.
I mean, like, what are you like expecting from him?
If
Like,
Canario can hit like 250, 30 home runs, that's an extremely valuable player.
well, yeah, I just like don't think that's
I don't
happening.
think I'm not expecting that this season.
No,
That's probably
I
like his peak.
like if that happens, like I'll suck your cock.
Oh, sweet. Oh,
But yeah, I was just like I don't think that's happening. But hey, I'd love to be wrong. I don't know. He
me
just like
too, man.
doesn't move me like everybody else, like certain guys. Let me like pull up our system just so I have it like on standby.
Do we
It's
want to talk about like what we project the Cubs to do?
I want to talk about what I'd construct their lineup because I wanted to say that.
Oh
So
yeah.
you give me. I'm not just like positions. I'm not really. Hap batting first. Nico second. I say we can have Belly. I'm not adding Chapman. Belly third. Saya fourth. Dansby fifth. Um, Morel six. Bush seven. Or you could like flip or flop Bush and Morel, whatever you're. If you wanted like the lefty before, you sprinkle it in, and then you have Madrigal and Amaya Gomes. I mean, you probably have Madrigal ninth, obviously, and then Amaya or Gomes eighth.
This projected lineup is with no more moves.
Well, Belly.
You put Belly in.
Yeah, I put him third.
All right, I'm taking Belly out.
Okay, and then that's when I think PCA would think is damn near getting like
It'd be
be opening.
Talkman initially,
I forgot
probably.
about him, but I think PCA would be on the major league roster if
Yeah,
that's the case. But then
with the current roster right now, I'm gonna go Talkman 1, Horner 2, Bush 3, Suzuki 4, Morel 5, Hap 6th, and then what do I have left? I have third, the catcher. I'm missing 3, but I only think
do you put Morel in?
I put Morel 5th. He's the DH.
You put Saya.
Oh, at first base.
That was
No, I
Bush.
put Bush in.
Catcher third. Do you say Dan? I don't know. Restart.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
I don't think I actually said Dansby. So Talkman, Horner, Bush, Suzuki, Dansby, or I'm sorry, Morel, Dansby, Hap, uh, Gomes,
Madrigal.
Madrigal.
See, I don't agree with putting Bush third because he's just you can't put like a guy like that who is just so like we don't such an
You don't.
unknown. I'm
I
not saying he can't
know.
get there, but
It's just.
at that point, like you're just gonna have to live with having a bunch of righties in a row.
I mean, yeah. I guess at the bottom of the lineup, there's a bunch. I get Hap's a switch hitter.
That's like where you're like,
Bellinger just makes so much sense.
yeah, you get the lefty bat, elite defensively. You're obviously a great hitter. I think Bush is the perfect like seven guy because the seven guy is always he's got some pop and like you don't know what's gonna happen. That's like with Morel, like he's always a nice like seven,
Yeah.
and that's where like if you want to put Bush sixth, and then if you want to get like the righty lefty more matched up because you don't want to have three righties in a row, I get that, but I feel like we're getting Belly or Chapman. Like there's no way, no way
I mean, the only
we're
thing
getting that.
the only way I don't see either of them being one of them at least being on the Cubs is if the Giants have been itching to give out a huge contract. They have
Okay,
reportedly signed over a bill or offered over $1 billion to three players the last two off seasons. It wouldn't surprise me if they said Matt Chapman, here's 170 million for 6 years.
oh, I thought you were gonna. Yeah, well, okay, then where does Belly go?
And then now I'm going to get into Belly. I think Belly could go to the Angels just because.
What?
Well, hold on. Let me talk here.
What?
You know that Boris wants $200 million for Bellinger. No one really wants to give Bellinger $200 million, rightfully so. The Angels owner Artie Moreno is known for kind of
Overpaying.
taking over and kind of targeting someone that he wants. They just lost their superstar Otani. It wouldn't surprise me if he wanted to replace him with Bellinger, and he kind of just goes in and says, "All right, just pay him the $200 million."
I mean, is Belly just playing corner outfield or like? Because you're
I'm
not
not
paying that
gonna
much.
lie.
You're not paying that much for a first baseman.
No, I'm not gonna lie. I could see Trout DHing more this year to keep him healthy.
That's fair, but I just don't see that. I don't even.
That's like the extreme scenario where
Yeah,
they don't.
I just think like no bias. Like we're getting one, and I think it will end up being Belly, and I think Chapman will be a. I thought you were about to say Belly's going to the Giants. I'm like that just makes zero sense because they just
No,
signed the
no,
guy
it's
from the
just they.
KBO.
Yeah, no. Um, I, the only problem is, let's say Chapman goes first, and then Bellinger doesn't come back. I don't know where Jed pivots.
You're cooked.
Like if you don't get
Randy
one of
Rosarena,
those
you
two,
are a Cub.
if you don't get one of those two, the offseason is complete failure.
Yeah, like I can live with like getting Belly, Imanaga, Neris.
I'd say, I mean, I wouldn't be like thrilled over the moon, but that's a solid offseason.
Yeah, it's not like we improved
You improved.
and like another, especially like with a team like this, like another year of your farm developing. Like
Yeah.
some guys are coming up. Some guys like from last year, like the youngins are, get like they get better. That's just how baseball works. Any sport works.
Yeah. And then you get counsel. You bring counsel in.
And then you have Council, and then you have Bush added as well.
Yeah.
They're gonna pay.
Like without adding Bellinger or Chapman, I think this is an 81 win team.
Yeah, I could say I'm sitting right around there. Not a playoff team,
You
but
add one of those two, maybe get another arm and another like bench bat. I could see pushing 90.
I think. Okay, how many wins are we putting out? They get Belly, Chapman, and that's it because another arm is like ridiculous. But
If they get Belly and Chapman,
because there is a world where that happens too. Because I think like give like Chap like a 3 year like 83 or 85, and because that kind of bridges Shaw in, which I
yeah. If
was
they
like
get both and they don't win 90 games, it's a disappointing season.
okay, I see. Yeah, that's if you have that, they're like definitely a favorite to win the division.
Oh,
Like
I think 88 wins the division.
I'm saying like I'd put him at like about like minus like 180, minus 200 to win the division if
Yeah.
that is what it is.
I
I
think 88, you win the division by at least 2 games.
but at
I think
least
that should be the target number.
yeah, I could agree. Nobody's like blowing you away unless some crazy shit
I
happens. Of
mean,
course,
this is
but
the opportunity. Like the Cubs had the opportunity. Like those 3 teams, the Cardinals, Cubs, and Reds are all kind of. You can put them 1, 2, 3, and depending on my mood, I'd agree.
yeah.
It just rotate them.
And I feel like if you grab it this year, like they're winning the NL Central for a lot of years to come. Like, because
Yeah,
I feel like because next, like the year after this is when like all of our young guys, like a lot of them at least are like
that's when a
they're
lot of them are going to come up. The Reds have a good farm. The Cardinals farm is terrible.
yeah they're the one team in this division that are like they just like all the like the young talent in this division is nuts, and then there's the Cardinals.
I mean, they have
And they have
Masson Wynn
and
and
they
Jordan
like Jordan
Walker.
Walker, but
I don't think Jordan Walker's that good, to be honest with you, though.
I think he'll turn it around.
I mean, offensively, he'll be good offensively, but his defense is
He's a
just
liability
atrocious.
out there, and it's like he shouldn't be because he's athletic, but
Yeah. I mean, the only team I feel like we're kind of overlooking the Pirates. I think the Pirates can win 75 games
they're
and
not
be a
winning.
pain in
They're
the ass.
they're not even
But
like I would never like having this is the like winning the division talk, and I'm
for
not
the
mentioning
Pirates
them.
to win 75 games, Mitch Keller has to be elite. O'Neal Cruz has to come back and be elite.
I'm
Brian
just
Hayes has to finally hit to go along with his defense. And
O'Neal
then
Cruz does not
Ryan
win there.
Reynolds has to. What'd you say?
I don't think O'Neal Cruz is good.
I don't think so either. I
I,
think
he got so much glaze like when he first came up because he's
he
like
has the same problem Ellie De La Cruz
I
has.
know it's kind of funny that they have the same
Like
name.
I think Ellie De La Cruz will be a good player, but I don't see him being like
Like this
maybe he'll hit
superstar.
40 home runs, but I don't think there. I saw one comparison where he's like the next Acuna, and
No,
I'm like, no way. It's really hard to
he
be.
doesn't have that bat to ball skill.
Yeah, and also like say O'Neal Cruz has this problem, and Aaron Judge is good because his swing is so short and compact. You look at O'Neal Cruz and Ellie De La Cruz. It's funny that they have shared similar last names.
It's almost like I just
Uh
said that.
oh, I didn't hear you. But they're both 6'6", and they have these super long swings. I mean, look at Ian Happ. Ian Happ's not a tall guy, and he has a long swing. And any high
Yeah, elevated.
fastball up, elevated fastball, it's going right by him.
Yeah, I don't know. Even like no, his like plate discipline's trash too. Ellie De La Cruz.
O'Neal Cruz is actually okay with plate discipline.
I said Ellie De La Cruz.
I know, I know.
Oh, okay.
I'm just another point.
Oh, yeah. I don't
But
know.
agree. I mean, you could get him with fastballs up. You can get him with uh, breaking balls down.
It's really just like you make a mistake
If you
pitch,
make a mistake, he'll make you pay.
but he's not gonna like. You're gonna make a good pitch. He had a better swing. That's very rare.
I mean, depending on the situation, you can probably pitch around him, and he will get himself out.
Yeah, I agree. He's just super like him and O'Neal Cruz are just like super like they're like fat like throw the ball super hard like they're big fast like crazy power.
They have the tools. It's just they don't. They haven't. I don't think they'll put them together.
Yeah, I don't either. I mean, nobody like understands how important like that bat to ball is.
Like
Just like
if you put Nico Horner and gave him half
that.
of those tools, that's a goat player. If
Yeah.
we're being real,
Well, that's why Belly succeeded so much this year from the past because he just like kind of went away from that just like slugger
I
that
need to hit a home run every time.
he like his bat to ball it was nuts. His
His
strikeout
two
rate.
strike approach was it was
it-
actually like really fun to watch, where he just slapped it over the third baseman's head.
yeah. Like oh, his strikeout rate was like really low
Really low too.
compared to like this past couple years for him, which obviously were bad, but huge jump.
Yeah.
But
Let's do some predictions here on a couple players. So you can give me your batting average.
give me an over under. Like,
Give you okay. So all right, I'll just go off Fangraphs Zips projections.
right.
We'll start Dansby Swanson, batting average over under 254.
Oh, dude, that's such a. I think he'll hit like
Their projections are
260.
good.
I
I'm
think
gonna go a
I'm
little
going
over.
over because I'm a very big believer in like settling into a place. 'Cause it's so rare a guy comes in and just absolutely rakes.
All right, Dansby Swanson over under 22 home runs.
Again, like I just like I don't
It's
even think I'm
very,
being a homer. I just think he's gonna go
I
over.
think I got 25 from him.
Oh, dude, that's kind of funny. I made a pun there. I
Oh,
said I'm not even a homer. That was funny.
never speak again.
That was not intentional. But give me another one because I do think you'll have a better year. I think Fangraphs is kind of
All right, Fangraphs is kind of doing Nico Horner dirty here because they have his OPS plus at 98, which means he's a below league average
that's what he
hitter.
was last year. I'm pretty sure.
Agreed. I also think his ceiling's higher than last
What's
year, but
his? What do they have his batting average at?
batting average is at 276.
Like again, I don't even like. I think they're just they actually like have been. Fangraphs has really been like under projecting the Cubs this year a lot.
They've been under projecting the Cubs for a while.
Well, they love our farm.
That is true. They love our farm system.
But give me like a sale. Like what do they have say at?
Okay, Seiya actually, I don't think it's an over projection, but I think it's actually pretty damn close. They have Seiya at an OPS plus of 124, batting average of 272, and then
Dude, I hate these lines. They're so good.
the only thing I have they
What's his
kind of
home run
under
line at?
project only 22. I could easily see a 27, 28 home run year.
I don't. I unless he really fixes that swing path.
The problem is he hits the ball on the ground so much.
Yeah.
That's also the problem with Matt Chapman. Like Matt Chapman's peripherals are so great. Like looking at his baseball savant page, their
Yeah, I know. I was
average
just gonna
exit
bring that up.
velocity, barrel percentage, and hard hit percentage are all in the
Mm.
98, 98, 100th percentile. But his expected batting average is only 16.
Yeah. That's yeah. Ground balls suck.
Ground balls are terrible.
I'm like preferably line drive. Like fly balls are you'd rather have over ground balls, of course.
Interestingly enough, they said his fielding value was only 59.
I saw something on it, and it was like he plays so much deeper than Magical.
Oh my good, not even deeper. They were initially they start at the same spot. Matt Chapman takes one step and fires a dart across the diamond. Magical shuffle steps 15 feet and one hops the ball to first.
He's really good. He was really good defensively this year. You can't even diss him.
I'm not going to diss him, but there were definitely plays where if it was a normal third baseman, the Cubs probably get an out versus Magical. Like
I don't.
I'm not
I,
gonna. Magical was a positive defensively. Really surprised me. I mean, good
I'm
for
gonna
the
use one of
dude.
yours here. They don't ask how. They ask how many.
Dude, no, agreed.
I just think like he was. I mean, you can't take that away from him. He don't like. You don't have to like look like fluid.
No, 100%. Yeah, and he played a really good third last year. It was just seeing that video was so funny.
No, I know.
It was like, man, he's shuffling almost all the way to the pitcher's mound to get the throw over, and Matt Chapman just flicks it over.
Yeah, man. Like it doesn't matter though. Like in the grand scheme of things.
All right, I got another one for you. Ian Happ batting average 251.
Probably under.
I agree, 240.
Yeah, I was gonna say like, he's about 240. What do they have his bombs at?
21.
Probably under again. He doesn't do that like that anymore.
19 is my guess.
Give him like 16.
All right, this is going to be the fun one.
No.
Michael Bush.
All right.
Well, we got two fun ones. I'll do the other one. Batting average 248.
Go on. I'm going under.
I'm going over.
I don't know. Like
Look, this is total homer bias. I think he's gonna absolutely explode and hit for like 270 and about maybe almost 30 home runs.
dude, I did not like that trade at all.
I didn't like the trade because I think Jackson Ferris has number one upside. But Michael Bush, 22 home runs, over under.
That would be an over, but I don't think he's gonna hit 270. Like
I
I
think he
I
is.
I, I think you give him to like 240 and like 25 bombs.
See, everyone who's comparing him to Mervis because they had similar minor league stats. If you look under the hood, Michael Bush is a much, much better hitter than Mervis.
Well, yeah, I'd hope.
All right, this is going to be tough. You're either saying he's not going to develop as much as we think, or
He's gonna explode.
he's going to go off. Christopher Morel over under batting average 242.
I think he'll hit 250.
I got him at 260 this year.
What are his bombs at?
I actually haven't looked at Morel yet. Christopher Morel 26.
It's a good line.
I'm going over.
I don't think he'll hit 30 though.
I think he will hit 30.
I hope. Okay, this is like
The only reason is
I
because he
he'll
hit 26 and 388 at bats.
I was just gonna say that he's gonna have more consistent ABs this year. That's why I was gonna say over. Like
Also, I mean, he was totally carried by his first like 11 games where he had 9 home
yeah.
runs.
The only like thing is like okay, you signed Belly, and you want to sprinkle PCA. You're gonna have to fight between DHing Bush or Morel.
I'm gonna agree with you. The big thing is if they don't get Belly and they sign Chapman, then
That line
it's
will be like I think he'll hit his. I think he can hit 30 bombs easily.
I think they're gonna give him a chance to play third.
I don't. I just if there was a year for him to do, it was last year when Madrigal got hurt.
I mean, look, I love Morel, but his value is at its all-time highest.
You want to trade him?
I think that might be best for both parties.
Okay, like
Who do
what
you
do you?
trade him for is a question.
That's what I'm asking you. Like what? Like you want that big bat? I'm assuming because his control. He's a lot of control too.
Yeah, I mean, it'd have to be like I would 100% go Morel, Canario, and PCA for Jose Ramirez and
I
Emmanuel
knew you to
Clase.
say J Ram.
That's the only. I mean,
It's the only position you really like need to like.
I
Because you
don't
already made.
know. I honestly don't know if I'd trade Morel for Bo Bichette.
Oh, I would. I mean, you're asking.
I think I'd probably.
You're talking about two guys that specialize in hitting. I'm easily taking Bichette at this plate,
That is true.
and he's a better defender. Like I know Bichette's not some crazy defender, but I mean,
He'd also
Morales.
he'd have to move to third though.
Yeah, no, I think he could do it. I feel like if anything, that'd make it easier on him.
I think I'd probably do it. It'd be harder for me to do it though. But I
just
don't
like
know.
don't
what,
agree
like,
with you.
Star would even be available.
Yeah, like there's no like
I
point.
got a good one for you. Would you trade Morel for like a Logan Gilbert?
Ooh, I mean, he has so much control. Or that's
Or any one of those, like a Bryce Wu or Bryce Miller?
not.
I don't know.
I would not do it for Miller. I would do it for Wu.
What's his first name? Oh, Brian Wu. They both start with the B.
Yeah, I don't
stop.
Woo! Savage Wu.
Brian Wu's only 24 too.
Nah, I'm taking him over Bryce Miller. That's where like
do it for Logan Gilbert.
Yes, I would.
I think
he has so much control, dude.
Logan Gilbert. I think he's
like 3 or 4 more years.
I want to say he's pre-arb still.
I think you're right. I'll tell you right now.
Like this season, he'd be pre-arb.
He's not. Wouldn't be. He's arbitration eligible all the way through 2027. Yeah, so 4 years.
Oh wait, hold on. Logan Gilbert earned Super 2 status.
What?
Oh, it's the same thing. He gets 4 years of arbitration instead of 3.
Yeah, that's like, you got to do it at that point. And like,
when is Morel under contract?
He's got like probably. I think he has probably 4 years as well. Christopher.
He will be a.
Okay, let's see here. I think he's probably a 2027
Dude,
guy too.
oh my god.
Oh.
He's a 2028 guy.
Okay, yeah. So he's 5.
Well, hold on. No.
Wait, no, yeah, I'm tweaking.
It'd be
Well, if you
2027. It'd
no,
be
if
20.
wait,
It's weird because on sports spot
yeah,
track,
they only have his R1. His first
it says
arbitration
he's
year.
pre-arb this year and next year. I don't think that's right though.
Or it's to look somewhere else. Okay, this website sucks.
Whatever. Morel has at least 4 years, I think.
Yeah, and so it's even there, and I just think Gilbert's a more valuable player, or like at least like you know what you're getting out of Gilbert. You don't know what you're getting out of Morel. So I mean, it's like crazy too because we were talking about Alonso trade, but it just like doesn't make sense until you see what you have in Bush.
A Pete Alonso trade?
Yeah, that's just like I don't like that was huge. This offseason, oh my goodness, that was probably
I
like
think the only
the
problem
favorite
with
to
an
happen.
Alonso trade is he's going to want like $250 billion when he's a free agent. And
Yeah.
I'm 100% not willing to pay Pete Alonso $250 million.
Yeah, he's weird. I mean, his peak is like 270. Like, give you 40. You're on mute.
I'm back.
Okay. Oh, I saw your mouth move, and I was like, what? Okay. Well, I'll keep going. But so let me look at his because his peak year, like last year, he had more of a down year. Pete Alonso.
All right. Sorry. I'm back.
Okay. So yeah, in 22, he hit 271. It doesn't tell me his bombs. That's kind of annoying. I'll let you know right now.
Pete Alonso?
In 22 had 40
22,
bombs. 40
in 22,
bombs.
Pete Alonso was actually going off.
Yeah, 270, 40 bombs. That's what I'm saying. Like, and last year was a down year, which I think we got really unlucky though too. But not like like he regressed. Not like he got that unlucky.
I mean, in a down year, he still had 46 home runs, OPS of 821.
Yeah, it's super valuable.
It's just he's gonna be 20. He's gonna be 30 when he hits free agency.
Yeah, but I mean he's a first baseman. Those guys go for a while.
Yeah, he's gonna be 30, but he's gonna want $250 million, and he's negative defensively.
I think somebody will give him like 5 years, 6 years, and then I
don't know if I do it.
5 years, 220.
The only way I do it, I mean, the Cubs would kind of be screwing themselves over for like way down the road, is if like that's exactly what you need to be a full-on contender.
Either we fear Pete Alonso when we play him.
I mean, Pete Alonso also owns us.
Yeah, I know. I hate that guy. But if he's a Cub,
I also hate Big Piggy Pete.
I don't know.
Honestly, he's one of my least favorite players in the league. I just don't like him. I don't know why.
It's like hate division rivals. I'm not even like it's not even like that in MLB. But I mean, I feel like we got what we needed today.
I do too.
But that was
we ran a little long. Hour 13, whatever.
Nah, no, as long as it's in like an hour 30, it's not even excessive.
Yeah.
It's when you go like it's OD when you get to like 145 and you're like, all right, bro, like shut up.
Yeah, exactly. You're rambling for too long.
But all right, yeah, we'll catch you guys on Monday.
Yeah, we'll be talking Bears. I have to find the article because I have a really interesting thing to kind of show how lopsided the trade for number 1 was.
Oh, yeah, okay, I got you. But all right, we'll talk about that on Monday. We'll see you boys.
Have a good one.
Girls.